Christmas in July. I have the cutest little fun fold for you tonight. For this card, I'm going to use the Angels of Peace cling stamp set with the Christmas of Tidings Designer Series paper for the background paper. Hi, I'm Joan Heberlein, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've created this video for Joan's Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss a video when I post, typically once a week on a Wednesday. Give me a few seconds so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's our little angel of peace. Isn't she just darling? It says, peace on earth, goodwill toward men, and blessings to you and yours this season and in the coming years. And we've got this embossed here. So let me get this started for you. First, you're going to need a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of paper and cardstock, and score it at 5 1/2, and this is already scored. And then you're going to want to cut half of this section off. So let me get my trimmer. I really love this trimmer. It's so easy to use. It's got both the scoring blade and the trimming blade on it. I'm just going to put the scoring blade out of the way, and then I can mark it from either way. So I'm going to go, it's 5 1/2 that we need to go in half. So that would be 2 3/4. Now, you could use this piece here for this cross piece, which I did. I trimmed it with the rectangle dies. So I used this piece here, and I used this next one up. So it's the 4th largest and the 5th largest piece. And this fit around here, so I trimmed that up there, and this fit about around the smaller piece I had. And so those are the stitched edges that I used. But for this card, I'm actually going to use the Ornate Layers Dies. I'll come back to that. First, we want to get the inside of this card done. And we've got this piece here, which has been trimmed down to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, leaving a 1/16 inch border all the way around. We're going to emboss this with the notes, and I don't have Stampin' Up's embossing folder, so I'm using another company's right now. So bear with me. First we want to do is mark this with the score line halfway through it. So again, this was 5 3/8. So then we want to mark it at 2 11/16. And I just move the scoring blade out of the way, and I'm going to just score it up there and then score it down toward the bottom. So that will give us our markings when we want to put it on this card. So then we're going to put it inside here. And here's our score line. And here it is down here. And we're going to line it up at the edge of the notes. So I can see there's the edge of the notes. And here's my score line. But I'm going to move it to the top so I can get the top of the notes. And the same thing down here. And we have to get it even, parallel. And then we fold it up and run it through our cut emboss machine. And I've already did that. So here's our one with the notes done already. And so the next thing we want to do is we want to stamp the inside with blessings to you and yours this season. Oh, nope, we're going to use Hark the Herald Angel Sings on the outside of the card and Glory to the Newborn King on the inside. So that's what we're going to stamp this one with. Changing it up a little bit here. Just want to get you to be able to see all the different products. Now this isn't a new product, this Glory to the Newborn King. These stamps aren't new. They're from the For Unto Us stamp set. That came out last year. Sorry if my head's in the way. I just want to make sure I get this parallel. Not too bad. So here's the card or the stamp set that we're using. And we're going to use this one on the outside of the card and this on the inside. And let me just stamp this off. And we'll wait till we get the other one to go ahead and continue with this. So then we'll glue that onto here. But let's go ahead and stamp the other card. So we've got this right here. And we want to use that other die to cut this out. So let's go ahead and do that. And of course I've done that already for us. So then we can stamp the inside of this card. And we're going to want to put it on the left side of the card, so that we can put our angel on the right side. So let's get this stamped up. I want to make sure all the loops are good as well. Just rubbing it to make sure that all the edges are marked down. Okay. So now we can go ahead and finish cleaning off these stamps. And I have my Stampin' scrub right here. And this is the side with the watermark, so I'll spray that with our Stampin' Mist. Shakes the table when I use that. They are clean. So next we're going to want to glue this this card down to the inside. And we normally use our multi-purpose glue, which I am using, but I have poured it into this small bottle that has this needle nose tip, which makes it easier for me to get a fine line rather than one that may have air bubbles in it. I'm not going to say that I won't get air bubbles, but it's usually not as often. Now I have to put a lot of glue on this area because of the notes, so that we actually get it to touch down where it can. Not so much there. We don't want our notes peeling off. So then I need to make this 1/60 of an inch all the way around the border. And I'm glad I used the glue because I'm allowed to use some wiggle room here. So I am going to press this down here, but I'm not going to press it there. I'm going to turn it over and press it from the back side so that I'm not flattening those notes. So next we'll want to do is put down our designer series paper, and this is from Tidings of Christmas. It's 6x6 inch stock, and I don't remember the size of this, but let me take a look. It looks like it is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And I extended that beyond the normal piece so that it would match. So this line is continuous here. So normally we wouldn't have, we usually work with a 1/4 inch from the cardstock that's making the base. But because we are making it even smaller borderline, I had to cut the paper a little bit larger. Speaking of paper, there is, I think, 4 more days left to our designer series paper sale, where you get 15% off the designer series paper that's in the everyday catalog. There happens to be some Christmas pieces in there as well, so take a look. I guess I can use my boning folder. That gets that flatter. So next we'll want is our piece of cardstock that is cut at, I've got it cut at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, I think. Yes, 3 1/2. And we're going to just use our Ornate Layers die. And I pulled this piece out from here. So this is the Ornate Layers dies. And we'll put that down on here and run it through our cut and emboss machine. And of course I've done that already. And since we've already done this piece, we can glue this down now on the inside of this card. And doesn't that look great? And it's about a 1/8 of an inch, or excuse me, a 1/16 of an inch border around the base of this white card. I just love that it's working with the other card as well. I should be using my silicone mat, but I don't know where it is right now. So I'm being very careful not to get the glue onto the red mat here, which is our main work surface. So now I'm just trying to make sure that I've got this even all the way around. And I see that one of the dots didn't release, so I'm just going to poke it out. Sometimes they don't all come out. That one didn't want to come out, so I just poked it out now, and it's still stuck there. So next we'll want to do is put our angel on this card, and we'll put it on this piece of paper here, which happens to be cut from the Pearlescent specialty paper. So it has a kind of a sheen to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put embossing ink on there using our Versamark. And then we will put embossing powder on top of that. The gold embossing powder. And I'm going to grab this with these little things here so that I can emboss this without burning my fingers. And I found my mat. It was on top of the embossing powder. So this is our gold powder. And I'm going to close this up so that we don't get it in there. And I am just going to scoop some up in this somewhat a spork. I should use a spoon, but apparently I have a spork. And I'm just going to take a paintbrush just to clean up the edges here. And I probably don't need to do that because I'm going to fussy cut this later on. But I just want to make sure that there aren't any extra little things hanging around. So that looks good. So let me get this closed up. And we'll use our heat gun. And I'm not going to leave this on. I'm going to go ahead and do it on my own because you won't be able to hear me. So I'll come back once this is all embossed, and it will have this fine, shiny surface. And that's when it turns shiny, you know that it's done. Okay, we've got it done. So what I want to do next is I just want to give a little color to those flowers she's holding, or the holly she's holding. And I'm going to take the bullnose tip of the dark soft succulent and just go in there and color the leaves. And it's going to take a couple coats to get it to be a little bit darker. And I'm going to wipe it off in between. I'm actually blotting it because I don't want the ink that's on the gold to go smearing somewhere else. So, and I'm just going to blot it again. We'll tap that off. And then next we're going to want to fussy cut the angel. And when we do our fussy cutting, you're going to move the paper, not the scissors. It makes it a lot easier to cut it out. And I'm leaving like a 1/16, less than a 1/16 of an inch border around the angel. That helps outline the angel, gives it more pop when you put it on the card. And I'm not going to go all the way in. I'll leave to outline that the wings. I'm just going to go on the outside edge. And we have like 4 more days before the new catalog will be here. And this piece that I'm cutting out is from the new catalog. It is from the Angels of Peace collection. And I'm not going to go down and cut out the holly. I think we can leave that space in there. Like I was saying, the new catalog comes out August 3rd. And we'll have Stampin' the celebration where you get an item for free for every $50 you purchase. And there are items in that celebration catalog. I think I can show you the outside of the catalog. In the celebration catalog where you can, there are different levels. So there's level 1 and level 2. So level 1 is when you make a $50 purchase, you can pick that. And when you make a $100 purchase, you can pick level 2, or you can pick 2 of level 1s. So, and I will probably show you this come Tuesday, because that's when we can open it up and show you what's inside. So we've got that done, and we want to attach it to this card, and let's use our dimensionals. So I'm going to use the small dimensionals, and I'm probably going to put on quite a few. So I'll do one up in her head, up by the holly, and then by her wings, midway through her wings, and down along the bottom of her skirt. And I think I'll do some more on the bottom of her skirt. And one more up here. And we'll do one in the middle. Probably overkill, but I don't want it to go kitty wumpus on us when it goes through the mail. Those rollers can really do a number on regular mail. So can you imagine how something like this could come out if you don't have it anchored down properly? So I am just going to put her over on the right side of the card. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back side of this card here on this half. So I am just going to, again, just take out my ruler and pencil in where half is, so I know where to stop. Let me do it from dot to dot, I think, would probably work best. 3 3/4. 2 7/8. So let's just go to, excuse me, 1 7/8. Let's do 1 1/4, 1 3/4 then. I'll use the bigger dimensionals for that. And I gotta find one that has some in it. I never throw these away once the dimensionals are gone, because they leave this rim around the edge, and it's always easier to use that when you need to do something with a long straight line, a thin line. Say you're making a window card. That's a lot easier to use that than it is to use dimensionals and cut them into pieces. And I put too many on here, but let's go with it. And then I'm just going to use the take your pick tool to grab these paper backings off. It's a lot easier. It stays right in the pick, and then I can just pull them and drop them in my little basket. So then we just want to put this on here halfway. There we go. 2 different looks. Which one's your favorite? I'm thinking I'm liking this one with the filigree. And I forgot to point out that I stamped the envelope with the angel, and I think it looks really nice. I hope you liked this project as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any Christmas sentiment stamp set. I hope you'll give it a try. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Click the thumbs up emoji, which means you liked it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now. Before I go, I want to remind you of the specials going on right now. Designer Series paper sales. Stock up and save. We all love gorgeous Designer Series paper, and during this incredible sale, you can enjoy 15% discount on the select papers from our annual catalog. Now is a great time to stock up and save on some of our most popular paper designs. Sale runs until August 2nd. The next two items aren't a current promotion, but I just wanted to tell you we have a mini catalog coming August 3rd, and that is the July to December mini catalog. It's your passport to stunning seasonal projects. It contains all the products you'll need to craft, create, and celebrate during Halloween, Christmas, and more. Are you ready to celebrate? Celebration is one of our biggest promotions of the year. Are you ready to celebrate? During the celebration, you can earn exclusive products for free. For every $50 you spend, you can add your pick of a celebration product to the cart at no additional cost. Sale runs August 3rd through September 30th. Mark your calendar. I'll be back Sunday, August 1st at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I'll be making something from the Love You More Than stamp set. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe.